Hello fellow Knobheads and Beat people, I'm George, the Gentleman Rocker, and in this video we want to talk about Waterwhirled. So Waterwhirled is one of the songs I've written in February and just added synth parts and sounds to it later on. So the base idea was written in the February album writing months, and later on I added this intro where the synth sounds and the pads really reminded me of this big free pools of water, seas, the ocean, coming from this imagery of this really big pools of water. I wanted to add something like a rainforest theme to it, as it also has to do with water, with this hotness, water in the air and stuff like that. So I added some sounds that remind me of the rainforest in the intro and also in the song, like the drums or the claves, for instance. And as the song has this really wavy feel to it, I wanted the sounds and the orchestra to really play with this idea too. This is also why I added this suspended guitar sounds to it that are really, kind of like water flowing from one note to the other. And from the percussion standpoint, I wanted to have something ever evolving, flowing, but something that changes every time. Like when you're at a river or something like that, you have this constant flow of water, which always kind of feels the same, but is never the same as it flows away, obviously. And I wanted the percussion, which is this Asian percussion style sound, to represent that. So I didn't add one percussion loop, but percussions that evolve over time. So it's always the same sounds, but it's something different every time. Playing with this ever evolving and never really predictable idea, I added a really small pause into the flowing melody line that just drops into this hole and picks you up again. I added that to be very unpredictable. Of course, it repeats itself just for you to get familiar with it, but it doesn't really make sense to drop the melody there, which should be a little bit of a surprise, hopefully. Speaking of dropping and the drop, there's this big drop in it, which for me, listening to or going back to this rainforest theme, is like this rainforest, stormy rain that like explodes with its natural power, but then again calms down really fast. And that's why the drop is something different than the main melody, which is always this wavy stuff. It's really percussive, fast, but then again it goes back to this calm, flowing feel like after the storm. So have a listen. So this was Waterwhirled, and with the next song we'll drop out with the elements. So the last element will be air, and I see you in the next video. Bye.